Absolute Superman number 6 by Jason Aaron was published 2 days ago with this cover showing Kal-El landing on Earth. The events in this book take place in an alternate universe. The book opens 6 years ago in deep space, with Kal-El flying in his rocket, which takes him away from doomed Krypton, but has no idea where he is going. The artificial intelligence called Sol, which is in control of Kal's armor, is scanning for life-sustaining planets, but in vain. Kal-El describes how he spent months flying across seas of endless nothing, and after 17 months and 14 days since Krypton exploded, he tells Sol that they flew 9 million light-years from Krypton, yet they found nothing. Sol tells the young man that he should never lose hope, as its sensors detect some life-sustaining planets in the nearest star system. Kal, however, says that there is nothing out there, and that Krypton was all they had, and they just blew it. He then asks Sol to drop him in the sun as they were approaching it, but Sol tells him that he can't do that, cause it's programmed to protect him as the last son of Krypton. Kal then starts to feel intense heat and pain from the light of the yellow sun, as if he is burning alive. Sol then finds Earth and decides to land on it. Meanwhile in Kansas, Martha and Jonathan Kent are surveying their drought-ridden fields. Somehow no rain has fallen on the Kent farm for months, despite it was raining regularly on their neighbors. Martha says that she has seen drones in the sky over the farm, and believes that the Lazarus Corp is manipulating the weather and preventing them growing crops to drive them into bankruptcy, as they refuse to sell to Lazarus, which has been buying up all the land around Smallville. Suddenly, Kal's rocket crash lands nearby. He emerges from the wreck wreathed in flames and still screaming. Sol tells Kal-El that its cells are depleted and needs to power down to recharge. The ship dissolves into sunstone dust and flows into the armor, which also shrinks away into a few bands across Kal-El's body, rather than a full suit. The Kents rush over, while Kal-El calls out for help in kryptonite, before finally passing out. Jonathan thinks that Kal-El might be dangerous and wants to call for 911, but because he's unhurt by the fire, Martha believes that Kal-El is an angel, and that he is the miracle they were hoping for. The Kents take him into their home, where Kal-El spends weeks drifting in and out of unconsciousness, racked with high fevers and spasms as his body adjusts to Earth's environment, his powers flaring up uncontrollably and destroying the room around him. Jonathan eventually tells Martha that it's only a matter of time before Kal-El accidentally kills them, and they need to get rid of him. However, Martha insists that Kal-El doesn't know what he's doing, and must have suffered terrible things to get to them. She tells Jonathan that they have no hope of keeping the farm, but maybe they can still save Kal-El. Suddenly the young man snaps awake with all his symptoms gone. He runs from the Kents, smashing through the wall and racing into the field so fast that the world appears to be a blur. He realizes what he is doing and stops in the middle of a wheat field. He looks out at the sun setting over the field and recognizes that the place he has landed in is the same as his home. 2 weeks later, Jonathan's tractor breaks away from the barn when Kal-El shows up and lifts the vehicle with one arm in front of Jonathan, who can't believe his eyes. The Kents then each thank Kal-El for saving their spouse by giving them something to live for. While Kal-El is trying to repair the Kents' broken-down tractor, Sol finally reactivates and tells Kal-El that he believes the yellow sun may supercharge his cells in unexpected ways, to which Kal-El replies, "You don't say." Sol then restores the armor to help Kal-El process and control the solar energy. Kal-El tells Sol to download the local language into his mind, allowing him to speak English. He goes to the Kents, and they finally introduce themselves to each other. Sol then detects the Lazarus weather control drones above the farm and remotely deactivates them, causing it to finally rain on the Kent farm for 3 days straight. For a moment it looks like Kal-El has found a new home and family, but a passerby reports Kal-El to Lazarus as an undocumented immigrant, and the peacemakers assault the farm to capture him. The young man at first doesn't understand why they are attacking him and tries to talk to them, believing that if he can make them understand about Krypton and who he is, they will leave him alone. The Kents tell Kal-El to run, and he realizes that Earth's rulers are as corrupt and cruel as Krypton's were. He flies away with great speed, crying for the two worlds he had been unable to save. I liked this book and wanted to share it with you. Let me know what you think about this run in general, and as usual, don't forget to subscribe, share and like. Thanks for watching, and have a nice one.